want to learn how to improve your money mindset? Would you love to manifest more money more quickly and easily? Have you heard about Money Mentality Makeover, but you want to know what it's really like before you hand over your cash? Well, my friend, you're in the right place. In this episode of The Confidence Show, I'm going to share an honest review about Money Mentality Makeover, including how the course is structured, the results I got, and how it has changed my life 2 years on from first taking it. You're listening to The Confidence Show, a podcast for the big dreamers who want to create more confidence so they can live their lives on their own terms. Hosted by confidence and life coach Rebecca Hawkes, that's me by the way. The Confidence Show was created to inspire you to say yes to the things that scare you, to help you feel less alone when you're struggling with your mindset, and to show you that you truly can design a life you love. With a new episode landing in your feed every Monday and Thursday, be sure to hit subscribe so you don't miss out. So when I first wrote the original review for Money Mentality Makeover, it was a year after I'd purchased the course. I'd been implementing all the lessons. I'd been going through it. I think I'd been through it 3 or 4 times by the time I wrote the review, and now recording this podcast episode, it's about a year since I wrote the blog post. So it's 2 years. I can't believe it's been 2 years already since I've had Money Mentality Makeover. And I've been through it multiple times since, again, this year. So I'm going to answer some common questions about the course to help you decide whether it's right for you. I'm going to introduce you to the course if you've never heard of it before, and I'm going to share my own personal experience with it. And before we dive in, I do want to say I am an affiliate for Money Mentality Makeover. The review is based solely on my own personal experience. It's the results that I've achieved have obviously been mine. I can't guarantee results, promise results, anything like that. I'm an affiliate, which means that if you decide to invest in the course through the links that I have shared in the podcast episode, then in the show notes, then I may receive a commission for your purchase. It doesn't affect you in any way. It's not going to cost you any more. It's not going to impact your investment in the slightest, but it just means that I'll receive a commission, almost like as a thank you for spreading the news about the course. And I do spread the word about the course because it has had an enormous impact on me. And I've taken a hell of a lot of courses in my 6.5 years of being in business. I cannot even tell you all the courses I've taken, all the coaches that I've had, all the programs I've been part of. There are just a handful of people that I actively recommend, and Amanda Francis is one of them, because I just think this course is phenomenal. And even if I wasn't an affiliate for it, in fact I actually became an affiliate for it because I used to tell my friends about it all the time, and then I applied to become an affiliate because I was talking about it anyway. So as I said, I first took the course in 2021. I spent a year implementing it, implementing what I learned. Then I wrote a review about it on my website, and now 2 years on, I am sharing this with you. So let's dive in. Let's have a little chat. First of all, I think it would probably be helpful to explain what Money Mentality Makeover is. So Money Mentality Makeover is the signature program of self-made multimillionaire Amanda Francis. I don't know if you follow her online, but she is just one of the most profound people I've ever come across. Every single time I read something from her, or I see something, or I go through this course, there is something about this woman that just, I don't know whether she just words things in a way that really helps me understand things, or that just speaks to me on a different level, or there's something about her. I don't want to say obsessed, but I just think she's incredible, especially because of some of the results that I've achieved from the courses that I've done with her. Money Mentality Makeover is a 9-module self-paced course. So there was a new module 9 that was added this year that helps you to transform your money story so that you can improve your money mindset, become more abundant, and manifest more money into your life. It actually started out as a 3-module course focusing on the basic principles of manifestation, and over the years it has expanded and been updated with new modules as Amanda's wealth has steadily increased, which I love, because when you first start the course, Amanda is receiving like a few $1,000s a month, and she's working towards, I can't remember what the exact amount is, but she's working towards like what would, I suppose, be considered as a lower figure month. And it kind of, the course follows her journey from like $5,000, $12,000, $20,000 up to like $1 million months. And I love that because you get to see her journey, but in seeing her journey, it feels realistic for you, because the course starts, if you're starting at the beginning, almost like I was when I started the course, you're starting where she started, so it feels realistic and possible and doable, which I think is what also makes the course so successful, because you're not starting something where you're like, well, I'm never going to be able to achieve this, because you're starting where she did, which I love. But in saying that, also, I feel like Money Mentality Makeover really does meet you where you're kind of at. So if you're already achieving financial success, it helps you to expand on that success and move to your next financial level, because the principles you learn can be rinsed and repeated based on whatever goals you've got like going on at the time. So it's really, really powerful. And another thing that I love is the course continues to expand. So once you've invested in it, it gets added to whenever Amanda feels called to add a module. So when I signed up, I'm pretty sure it was 7 modules when I signed up in 2021, and now there's 9 modules. So new modules are added whenever appropriate, but because you've got lifetime access, you don't have to like pay to upgrade or anything. Like, the course is yours and it continues to grow, and it will continue to grow. And I just think that's an amazing thing to do, because I've been in courses before where I've signed up for the course and then they've added a new module, or they've launched a new round, or they've updated the materials and they've asked you to pay to upgrade. And there's not anything wrong with that as such, but it does feel like, it just feels really nice to know that you've got this thing that you've bought once that continues to be improved, if that makes sense. And that's one of the reasons that I made the confidence course the way it is. So the confidence course is also a lifetime access course, which is my personal course. But that's also something that if I add modules to in the future, I'm just going to add them to the course, and that's just going to grow, because I loved this concept from Amanda. So I joined Money Mentality Makeover in 2021 because I was struggling with the whole feast and famine cycle in my business. I know it's something that a lot of us experience, but it was a real struggle. So I'd have a couple of amazing months where I felt like, oh my God, I've finally made it. I'm feeling really successful. This is the most money I've ever earned. It felt great, but I couldn't sustain the success. So I'd go from having a really amazing month to not making any money for like 2 months or 3 months. And I found it really stressful. So I'd followed Amanda Francis on social media for a couple of years. I'd listened to her podcast. I read her book, Rich as Fuck, and had continually felt inspired by her. And I'd also started to practice some of her principles, and I noticed how they worked. So in terms of how they shifted my energy, how they helped me see things differently, think differently, feel differently. A few of the principles even would like help me manifest money or help me manifest a new opportunity. So I already knew that I really wanted to sign up to Money Mentality Makeover at some point, but I just couldn't afford to sign up to it. It just wasn't practical, because it is an investment. It's not a cheap course by any means. It is a big investment, which we'll get onto in a moment. And I just couldn't afford it. It wasn't a money mindset thing. So a lot of the times when you use the phrase like, I can't afford it, you get coaches that are just like, well, that's just your mindset. Like, how can you afford it? How can you make that happen? But I genuinely, my cards were maxed out. I wasn't making consistent income. It was not possible for me at that time. So I continued to follow her for a couple of years. I didn't make my investment straight away, but it got to July 2021 and Amanda put out a bundle called the Wealthy Woman Bundle. and it went on sale for $333. And I signed up because I felt like it was affordable. I could just about stretch myself to it. I could justify the purchase. And it was an easy way for me to kind of dip my toe into her paid trainings, because obviously I'd seen everything on social media. I'd read all her posts. I'd read her book. I listened to her podcast regularly. I consumed all her free content, watched her videos on YouTube. I knew that I wanted to buy from her. But at the same time, I've also had this before where I've been obsessed with someone's social media and then I've bought a course from them and I've been disappointed. And I didn't really want to go from consuming all her free content to then buying Money Mentality Makeover, which at the time of my investment was a couple of $1,000s, and then be disappointed. So I thought $333, I can manage that. And alongside that bundle also came a $444 discount code for Money Mentality Makeover. So after working through the bundle and seeing results within the first couple of weeks of me working through the bundle, I knew for certain that I wanted to join Money Mentality Makeover when it opened for enrollment again. And I did. I had the $444 discount code from the Wealthy Women bundle. And I decided that this was the time for me to join. And I suppose a quick overview of what it helped me to do. Money Mentality Makeover really helped me to change my money story, to work through any limiting beliefs that were preventing me from receiving the money that I desired. And it helped me feel different physically around money, because my feelings were very much like how the feast and famine cycle was in terms of my bank account. My feelings and emotions around money were very much the same. So I would be obsessed with money and I'd love money and I'd be grateful for money and I'd be like, oh my God, I always have the money I need. And then I'd have a 0 income month and I'd be like, money hates me. Why am I not making any money? I don't deserve money. I've obviously done something wrong to not have any money. And I'd feel really the complete opposite end of the scale. So Money Mentality Makeover really helped change that and helped me feel differently about money. So my progress has been, I would say my progress has been fairly gradual over the past couple of years. And I want to be completely honest with you. It's not a case of I did the course once and I transformed my entire life and everything has been hunky-dory since then. That's not the case. But I'm okay with that, because I genuinely believe when we do this work, it's when we do any kind of mindset work or personal development or transformative work, it is never a case in whatever area you're working on that you work through something once and all of a sudden your problems are solved, you've magically transformed everything and you never have a tricky time or bad experience ever again. So I would say that my progress has been gradual, and I would also say that my progress is still ongoing. I feel like in the past year, specifically probably the past 9 months, I feel very steady, and the steadiness has come from working through the course multiple times. As I said, it's not a one-time only course. I work through this. I've probably worked through it 5 or 6 times as a whole, and then I will regularly dip in and out of the modules when I need a new perspective, or if I feel like I've slipped into old ways, or if I've got new limiting beliefs that have shown up, or if I just need to feel energized or abundant or magical when it comes to money. So I no longer feel stressed or anxious about money all the time. So there are still, every now and again, I will get these moments where I'm like, oh my God, but what am I going to do about money? And oh, I haven't sold as much as I thought I was going to, or I've not been selling anything. So I've the last couple of months in my business, I've been in a phase where I've been launching a brand new podcast called the Date with Confidence podcast. All of my energy has gone into that. I haven't been showing up on social media. I haven't been focusing on coaching. I haven't been focusing on selling courses. I haven't been selling anything, because all I've been doing in the background is getting ready to launch this podcast and setting that up and working through that aspect of my business. Yet I haven't felt stressed about money. I haven't needed to stress about money. Money has still been coming through in various different ways, whether that's saving like discount codes, or whether that's affiliate income, or whether it's random sales that I wasn't expecting, or gifts from family. I'm not stressed about money because the money is always there. And I can trust that fully now. I always have the money I need no matter what. So even if it looks like it's not going to happen, or even if the income isn't as much as it has been previous months, I don't need to stress about it because the money's always there. And as I said, I do want to be completely realistic, because there are moments where negative thoughts about money come up, and that's never going to change. But the negative thoughts that come up now are different to the ones that I used to have, and I can shift through them quickly. And I think that's the key. Instead of anchoring into them and allowing them to consume me, I can shift very quickly. And there is a whole lesson on this called The Art of Shifting Quickly. There's a whole lesson of this in Money Mentality Makeover, and it's one of my favourites because it really does help me shift my energy, help me shift my mindset, help me shift everything very quickly compared to how I used to be able to. And it's a lot easier for me to process any negative thoughts and move back into a state of abundance, which I think is really helpful. And in the results that I've seen, in terms of it's enabled me to manifest more money in so many different ways, including last year, I tripled my monthly income in my business. I had my most successful financial year just 5 months into 2022. I always find money on the floor, like I say every single time, that's a lie. Nearly every single time I go out, I will always find money on the floor. And I don't mean just like 1p or 2p's. I've found £10 notes, £5 notes, pound coins, 50p's. Like I find money everywhere. It just appears from nowhere. I've received cash in terms of competition, so over £483 in cash. This was also, the stats that I'm reading you right now are from my review that was written after a year. So I should probably have researched the things that I've manifested in the last year, but I'm recording this on the fly, so I didn't. Money Mentality Makeover has also helped me to really understand the basic foundations of manifesting and learn how to continually build on those to incrementally increase my income. And I think what's really important now versus before I started the course compared to where I am now, before I started the course, as I said, everything was very up and down. Nothing was steady. Nothing was certain. I would have months where I wouldn't make any money. So I'd hustle, work my arse off, have a really good financial month because I'd been working so hard, but then I would burn out because I'd been working so hard to make the money. And it was like this constant cycle of burning out, of feast and famine, of high emotions versus low emotions. Whereas now I don't have that. Everything is steady. So my income every month fluctuates, but it's always there and it's always steady, and I always have more than enough. And that's a really nice place to be in. And that has been consistent for, I want to say, the past 13, 14 months. It's been very steady. So I signed up to Money Mentality Makeover, I'm sure it was October or September 2021. I had 2 months where I didn't make any money, but I carried on working the course, working the principles. And then 2022 happened, had my highest ever financial year in business. Within the first 5 months, I had steady income for 6 months. And then I think I went through a bit of a burnout, but that was ADHD related. So I think I had 3 months where I've made very little money or didn't make any money. And since then, I've made consistent money every single month and everything has been steady. So as I said, I've been working the principles a lot, and it's not a case of you just do the course once and everything's fixed and everything's magical and you hit these incredibly high numbers. Although that does happen for some people, it just didn't happen for me. And this is my review. I want to be completely transparent with you. But since then, for about the last 13, 14 months, everything has been steady. And that steadiness is what my goal was. I wasn't into having really high launch months and then lower other months, I was like, I want steadiness. Steadiness is what I craved. It's what's good for my nervous system. It helps me feel more relaxed in business. It helps me just show up better in my business. This is what I was craving and this is what I've achieved. And I'm really pleased about that. So who is Money Mentality Makeover for? Money Mentality Makeover is for anyone looking to change their money mindset, improve their financial situation and become more abundant. Whether you have a business or not, you can still take the Money Mentality Makeover course. Whilst the course focuses on how to manifest more money as an outcome, the underlying lessons are really about you developing a deeper sense of self-trust, improving your relationship with yourself and learning to love yourself for who you are. And money is just a wonderful side effect of working on this stuff. So the biggest things for me are these new levels of increased worthiness and increased deservingness. Like, I know I deserve money now. I know I'm worthy of money now for no other reason than I am me. And that's been a huge thing that I've had to get my head around, because I was brought up with this belief that if you work hard, then you deserve to earn money. Like, the harder you work, the more time, energy, stress you put into things, the more money you deserve to make. But that doesn't fit with me. That's not the reality that I wanted to create for myself, because stress is not good for me in any way, shape or form. I wanted to create an environment where I could do the things that I absolutely love, where I could work the hours that I wanted to work, where I could rest as much as I wanted, where I could enjoy my social life and still make steady income. And that's kind of where I'm at, which is great. The lessons in Money Mentality Makeover focus a lot more on the energetics and frequency of money and the more spiritual side of receiving money, as opposed to the practical, strategic side. However, there are lessons that do talk about some of the practical ways you can make more money too, but it is very much more of like an energetic and frequency kind of course, which suits me down to the ground. It's worked for me. It feels amazing for me. I love it, if you can already tell. Can you manifest money fast with Money Mentality Makeover? I think it's important to note that the Money Mentality Makeover course was created from Amanda's years of challenging her beliefs, transforming her money story, and practicing what she preaches on a daily basis. It is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It is not marketed as a get-rich-quick scheme. And if you're looking for a get-rich-quick scheme, it is probably not going to be for you. As I said, I've been implementing these lessons for 2 years now, and there's still more for me to learn. It's still, I'm going at like a steady pace. It's steady growth. It requires revisiting things multiple times. And I'm okay with that, because I would much rather revisit a course 10 times and grow steadily and rework the same principles and have continued long-term ongoing success than go through a course once, see results immediately, make a shit ton of money, and then struggle, like go back to struggling or go back to where I was before the course. But that being said, when you commit to doing the work in the course, your financial situation does have the potential to change quickly, and not always the way that you would expect. So within a few weeks of starting the course, I actually manifested £483 in cash by simply entering a competition. And that was based on some of the principles that was in the Money Mentality Makeover course. So whilst the money that I was trying to manifest didn't come in the way that I was expecting it to, I was expecting it to come through my business, it came in other incredible ways. And that's a huge part of the course. It's like not focusing on where the money's going to come or how the money's going to come. It's trusting that the money will be there. And I've seen that in my reality a lot over the last couple of years. How long is the Money Mentality Makeover course? So you get access to all the modules of Money Mentality Makeover in 12 weeks, but you have lifetime access to the program. So you can spend as much time working through it as you want to. I worked through the course in the 12 weeks initially, but as I've said, I've repeated certain modules over the past couple of years. I've gone back through the course multiple times over the last couple of years. And I will often just dip into the trainings when I'm working, when I'm going out shopping, or if I'm in the shower, just to kind of reinforce the teachings within it. How is Money Mentality Makeover structured? The structure of Money Mentality Makeover is very clever, as each section builds on the last. So when you sign up, you get instant access to the pre-work bonus bundle called Drop the Motherfucking Money Struggle. And this bundle contains 10 modules, with each module opening 2 days after the other. These trainings are shorter than the main course, so they're kind of around 15 to 45 minutes, but they are packed full of important lessons. And the accompanying homework helps you to prepare to start the full Money Mentality Makeover course. So the accompanying homework are things like journal prompts, affirmations, things to think about. The Money Mentality modules are then delivered every 2 weeks, or every other week, with the bonus bundles are delivered in between. So you have Drop the Money Struggle opens first, then you have module 1 that opens a week later, then module 2 opens a week later, then you have a bonus bundle, the Energy and Frequency of Money, which is one of my favourites, then you have module 3 a week later, module 4 a week later, then Elevate into Overflow, which is a bonus module, then module 5, module 6, bonus module, The Wealthy Woman, module 7, module 8, and the brand new module 9, which was recorded in, I want to say August. Yeah, I think it was August 2023, which I went to that live, and it was just, I love it. There's something about Amanda's energy on her sessions that everything about her, I don't know, I can't explain it what it is. I was talking to my friend about the course the other day, and I was saying there is something about her that something just clicks with me. Every single time I see her live, every single time I watch one of the videos, something shifts within me internally and mentally, and I love it. So I love the fact that you can dive straight into the program and that you can access the information quickly, but also it's not overwhelming. So having the pause between the modules gives you time and space to integrate what you're learning so that you can begin to build on each lesson in the weeks ahead. And what I also love is this year, Amanda launched her own app. So all the course is in an app. Because before you'd have to go to, not that it was a hardship, but before you'd have to go to like the course platform and you'd have to log in, and it was sometimes a bit more difficult to listen to the modules. Whereas now it's all in the app and you can just listen to it all through the app. So you can either watch the videos or listen to the audio, which is fantastic. How often can you work through Money Mentality Makeover? You get lifetime access to Money Mentality Makeover and any future modules. As I said, there was no module 8 or 9 when I first joined, but now there is. So you can work through it as many times as you want to, which is amazing. What results can you get from Money Mentality Makeover? So you've only got to look at the sales page to see hundreds of incredible results from Money Mentality Makeover. Here is just some of the things that I've managed to achieve since I signed up in 2021. More than tripled my monthly income from my business, had my highest financial year in business 5 months into 2022, manifested £483 in cash from a competition. I've manifested vouchers, free drinks, finding money on the floor, free meals, a ton of stuff. I signed my highest paying client. I attracted new clients and call sales without even advertising my services. I've actually had, is it 2 or 3 clients that have literally appeared out of the blue, haven't been on my radar, showed up, asked me if I could work for them, and just signed up out of the blue. I've paid off over, in my review online it says 6k, but it's more than that. I think it's around about the £10,000 mark in credit card debt, which is a massive achievement for me. I've still got a little way to go, but that's done. I've been on multiple trips abroad after being in the UK for 3 years, fully trusting that the money will show up for me always. And this is really key because I feel different in my body. Like the money is going to show up for me. No matter, it doesn't matter how it's going to happen. It doesn't matter when it's going to happen. It will be there, and it always is there. When I did have a month without income, I didn't immediately panic or become fearful as I'd built up my savings. I knew everything would be fine, and everything just carries on steadily. Like I have savings. My bills are always paid. I always have more than enough. I can do the things that I want to do. This is amazing. And I also now feel really confident in my ability to manifest money easily. So even this happened the other week. I went through the course the other week, and within less than a week, I had sales from an offer that I hadn't promoted to anyone. It just happened organically. I think I had a new inquiry for a client, and I can't remember what the other thing was. I should probably dig that email out. But whenever I work the principles, things happen immediately. And now there are times where I'll just think to myself, I need to make this amount of money this month. And then I'll get an affiliate payment out of nowhere. Or I'll have a client that will go, actually, can you do this amount of work extra for me? Or a random sale will happen. It's magical. I love it. So what do you do if you have listened to this review and you can't afford to invest in Money Mentality Makeover? As I said, it's taken me, I put in my review, it took me over a year to sign up, but it definitely took me a couple of years before I felt like I could invest in Money Mentality Makeover. It was a huge investment. I was very nervous about spending so much. So as I mentioned before, what I did was purchased the Wealthy Woman bundle, and I worked through that a couple of times before signing up to Money Mentality Makeover, which I think was a month later or 2 months later. And signing up for that bundle meant that I also got a discount code for Money Mentality Makeover. So I would recommend, if you've been thinking about joining Money Mentality Makeover but you just can't afford it at the moment, there's also no shame in that, and you are allowed to say that you can't afford things. I think there's better ways to word things so that it's not limiting, as in, I'm choosing not to invest in Money Mentality Makeover this time. There are smaller bundles that you can try, and the ones that I would recommend are Drop the Motherfucking Money Struggle. That is really, I would say that's probably the best foundational entry-level one. The Energy and Frequency of Money, which is one of my favourites because I feel like that's like instant shifts. Like instant shifts into just a higher frequency that just feels nice. And then the Wealthy Women bundle. Quite often they're put on sale, so check those out. I've also left the link to those in the show notes. And just listen to her other content, listen to her free content, listen to her podcast, buy a book, work through the other content that's available for you, implement the things that she shares for free, and then that can help you to manifest the money you need for Money Mentality Makeover. Is Money Mentality Makeover worth the cost? Personally, I would say 100%, because I have more than made back my investment, and I'd made my investment back. So I just can't remember if it was September, October 2021. By the January, I'd made my investment back nearly double what I paid for it in just signing one client that manifested from the principles that I've been working in the course. So I would say 100%. It was worth it for me. It has given me the foundation in manifesting more money. It's helped me to dramatically change my money mindset and the way that I treat myself. And it has also transformed the way that I view money and my ability to make it. The fact that it is lifetime access to all current content and future modules makes it priceless for me, in my opinion. I'm never going to need another money course again because this one covers everything. It's not like one of those courses that you buy and you work through and then you think, oh, there's something missing. It's not that at all. I'm never going to have to invest or desire to invest in another money course again, because I see the results from this every single time I repeat the lessons, every single time I dive back into it or just listen to something in the background. I see results from it. So I intend to continue repeating it time and time again and living by the principles to incrementally upgrade my financial situation in the future. It was well worth it for me. How much is Money Mentality Makeover going to cost you? This changes regularly with each launch. I'm pretty sure the price increases with each launch. When I signed up, it was $2,222, I think, and I had my $444 coupon, but that was 2 years ago. So I don't know what the price is at the moment, but you can check out the sales page for that. Amanda also offers payment plans. So for me personally, I chose to spread the cost over 10 payments, which cost a little more in terms of finance charges, but it made it feel more manageable for me. I like to pay in a payment plan. If you've been thinking about joining, if you're hearing this, then Money Mentality Makeover typically launches twice a year. Sometimes there is a third launch out of the blue. If the enrollment isn't open right now, then you can join the waitlist. And I would encourage you to join the waitlist, because when you join the waitlist, there are a ton of free money resources that Amanda gives you straight away. So I would get on the wait list right now. Even if you have no intention of signing up for the course, I'd encourage you to get on the wait list anyway, because the money bonuses in there are incredible. And if the enrollment period is open at the time of recording this in October 2023, enrollment is open right now and probably won't be for much longer. So check out the show notes for the links that you need to go and invest in the course. And if you have any questions for me, I would be more than happy to answer them for you. So you can send me an email, hello@RebeccaLucyH.com, or you can message me on Instagram @RebeccaLucyH if you just want to chat about the course, because as I said, I love it. But I think I've put everything in here that you need to know. I hope that this has been helpful for you, and I hope it has helped you to make up your decision around whether Money Mentality Makeover is right for you right now. Happy manifesting money, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks for listening to The Confidence Show with me, Rebecca Hawkes. If you enjoyed this episode, please take 30 seconds to leave me a 5-star review on iTunes. This will help the podcast reach more people, which means we can help more people increase their confidence and love themselves for who they are. Don't forget to hit subscribe so you don't miss an episode, and I will see you next time.